Osiyo.
How you doing?
Hi, Cherokee.
Boy, what did I
Osiyo, Barbara.
Osiyo.
My name is Barbara McAlister. I am an opera singer, and I'm a fine arts instructor, performer for the Cherokee Nation, and also on the Oklahoma State Arts Council as a touring artist. I was born and raised in Muskogee, Oklahoma. I wanted to sing, and I loved classical music, but I think I had heard it since I was born. I was told when I was young I was too shy, too nervous, that I would never have a chance to be a singer. And there was nothing that could stop me from pursuing singing. I wanted to sing, and I wanted to pursue the art of singing. I didn't know you had to be on a stage. I would have been very comfortable being a radio performer. I studied music and already began doing summer stock theater, even though I was scared to be on stage. And I went to audition for the Dallas Summer Musicals. And I remember walking onto the stage, and I announced my name, and then they said, "What are you singing?" I was so terrified I didn't remember what I was singing. So I had to ask the pianist, "What am I singing?" And then as I exited after singing, I tripped, of course, and I guess Sagittarius at work, and I got hired. I think probably because I stood out. Once I started acting, and then once you're in character, you become somebody else. And it makes it so much easier. It's the hardest singing anyone can possibly do. The operatic voice has to project over an orchestra, over a chorus, and that voice has to sail across all of that. That's the amazing thing about opera. Because you're engaged by the theater, you have time sometimes to travel. I would go to Italy, and then I would go to La Scala and work with Reinaldo Zamboni. Hong Kong has a lovely performing arts center. I would say Carnegie Hall would be one of the greatest because of the acoustics. I studied with the best, to me, the best there are in the world. And I'm able to give that now to the students I work with, and that's such a joy to me. And it's amazing, really, that the Cherokee Nation is behind me in doing this. When you get the top note, think of a crescendo, okay? Good breath. When I first came back from New York City, I knew that I wanted to come back to my Heimatland, as the Germans say, my homeland. And I said, I can teach because that's what I've done my whole life. And that's how I got started teaching. It's fascinating to work with these young, brilliant people.
The connection of Barbara as a Cherokee citizen and as a teacher within the Cherokee Nation has directly helped Tulsa Opera, because suddenly we have this resource of singers who honestly we didn't know were there. And so it's really awesome to know that that talent is here, and now we can start showcasing it. This is actually the first year that we have, to our knowledge, had Cherokee citizens in Tulsa Youth Opera, and that is directly because of Barbara. What you notice with Barbara's students is that the students have a real sense of empathy toward the music that they're singing, and that they really understand the music that they're singing. And that's something that a lot of teachers just don't teach, and that's something that Barbara really excels at.
We don't know the words, so you're teaching the audience the words, right? So they have to hear every word that you're saying.
Barbara teaches that when you sing, you're also telling a story. It's just another way to speak a different story.
My older students, I always say, never accept it when somebody says you can't do something. You have a dream, you have what's in your heart, and you have to follow that dream. I don't have one student who isn't brilliant, so I'm very blessed. They teach me things, as we go along. Oh, stop.